double hook that's been in and out of people's carts numerous times. It's a nice hook, but I think the only reason the hook hasn't sold is because it's only one hook. And the reason it's only one hook because it was the material I used was wrought iron that I had found metal detecting. So I had a really finite amount of material, and all I could really get out of the material was one hook. And I've had requests to have more hooks like it made, but I explained to the customers that I couldn't do that not because of the style of the hook, but what type of metal that the hook was made out of, which is wrought iron. I just didn't have that. I just didn't have any of that material, so I'm going to go ahead and make a set of 3 of the same style hook. I'm just going to use a regular steel. This is actually a spring steel, and these are all 8 inches long by about 5/16 of an inch thick. Probably about an inch, inch and a quarter wide. So this is going to be a lot more material than I need, but this is the material I have on hand. So I am going to thin this down, stretch it out, and give it a little bit of shape. And then we're going to make a set of 3 double hooks. So one hook is going to go up where you can hang a hat, and the other hook is going to go down to like a J hook where you can hang your coat. So, all right, let's get the forge hot. It is somewhat hot in here today, so we'll see how it goes. But let's get started. I guess I have to talk loud. I got the fan going, I got the forge going, and I'm going to start with doing a taper into the center on both ends. I'm going to use the horn to do that. Side of this thing, so that's going to wind up being on the back side, so it's not going to be an issue. Alright, so I got 3 in the fire. I'm going to try to just keep up with one of them. Might be high enough to start letting it be off during the while I'm hammering. Still gonna have that fan going though. You can kind of see the shape we're going for. So it's going to be more of that on the other side. Leave it the same width, end to end, taper into the middle. I'm going to flip this around, start getting it from the other side. Alright, so I got it flipped around. Put the same taper in the other side.
Alright, so I think you can see where I'm kind of going with this. This will be the last clips of me doing this stage. When we get on to the next stage, we'll bring you back. You just kind of see what I'm doing. Taper out, thin it down in the middle. Just give me some straightening there. Now I'm going to start to taper it the other way. So this is going to thin down the stock. Still on the horn, flattening on the flat side here. About ready to turn it around. Do the same thing on this side. And after I do that, I got a lot of cleanup to do here. Flip that around, do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so I got most of the stock thinned down. Now I'm going to really thin out this end here. Eventually going to wind up scrolling down. Alright, so I am getting all these lumps out of here. Still thinning it as I go. I had the big 6-pound hammer. I was just trying to move the metal as fast as I could, just to kind of get it close. Now I'm just kind of plenish everything in, get all the lumps and waves out of it, and get them all three looking the same I hope. All right, I'm going to do one more clip, me just kind of plenishing everything up. You guys kind of see. How much straightening you can kind of get done in one heat. And you can watch me drop it twice. Alright, get that back in there. Alright, so here we are, right before the, I think about done doing the thinning and tapering. All the plenishing. Just kind of going through, making sure everything is symmetrical. Trying to get the lumps out. Okay, so after letting them cool down, getting them on the belt sander, kind of cleaned up the sides, took off anything sharp, just kind of defined the radius on both ends. Then I noticed I forgot to taper this one, so I got to put that one back in and taper it. Yeah, but after that, we're going to be ready to scroll the ends and get ready to bend these hooks. Alright, so this top the top part of the hook, I'm going to go ahead and put kind of a dome in here. It's going to look kind of like that. This is going to be the top hook. Alright, so now I'm going to do a scroll on the bottom side of the hook. The bottom hook, I should say. Not really a scroll, just kind of a roll. It doesn't have enough curve to be a scroll. We're just going to call it a roll. Look at my first bed in here. I only have 3, I'm going to try to hammer the second bend in. Just putting the tongs right on the edge of the anvil. I'm going to use my rounding hammer. Alright, back at it, got my rounder. Put that in the vise and just give it a swoop up. Do some final tweaking. All right, here we go. Set of 3, buffed up and ready to go. These will be hitting the Etsy store very shortly. Got one set of 3 double hooks. Put your hat on top, put your coat on the bottom. These could be attached to a nice piece of wood or even riveted to another steel plate to make one solid unit. Or they could just be hung up individually, so with a screw and some anchors. So again, these are done. We're going to shut this video down. I want to thank y'all for stopping by. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and if you're interested in something like this, check out my store. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.